If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Okay, so hi everyone, good morning, good evening. This is Pawan. Okay, let's get started. Okay, thanks everyone for joining this demo session. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the SAP S4HANA Finance 2022 version. Okay. Okay, so this is the agenda for today's session. So let me start with my introduction. So my name is Pawan. So I have a bachelor's degree in commerce and a master's degree in business administration and financial management. I'm a certified SAP FICO consultant. I'm certified in SAP financial accounting controlling, and I'm certified in S4HANA, and then I am certified in central finance. Okay. And I have delivered many trainings, more than 15 trainings, but for ZaranTech itself, I have delivered 6 trainings, I guess. Okay. So I have been training since 2018. So training is my passion. So, and coming to my experience, I have more than 15 years of experience in SAP FICO, and I have worked on multiple projects. I have worked on implementations, rollouts, support, and enhancement project. I have worked on 3 S4HANA implementations. Yeah, and then I have worked on almost all modules of FICO. I have worked on GL, General Ledger, accounts receivables, accounts payables, asset accounting, bank accounting. And in controlling, I have worked on overhead cost accounting, broadcasting, and profitability analysis. Apart from FICO, I have worked on financial supply chain management as well. So nowadays, financial supply chain management is part of the SAP Treasury. But I have not worked on Treasury, but I have worked on this part, collections management, dispute management, and credit management. Okay. And I have worked across. I worked for Indian clients and US clients, and I worked in USA as well. Currently, I'm in Canada, Toronto, Canada. So this is the overall brief about me. Okay, so let's spend some time here and understand from your perspective. So can you guys introduce yourself and what are your target of attending these S4HANA sessions? We'll go one by one. Harini, can you please start?
Yes, sure. Yes, for sure. So, I'm Harini, and I graduated from Stella Maris College. I've done BCom, and I have close to 1 year of experience in EY, and I am planning to, get into SAP and learn, get myself equipped with few skills, and which is why I have enrolled for this training.
Okay. So you never had any SAP experience?
No, I don't have SAP experience.
Okay, good. But you have accounting background.
Sorry, sir?
You have accounting background, education.
Yes, I have accounting background. Right.
Good. Yeah, good to know. Thanks, Harini.
Yes, thank you,
Kalyani.
sir.
Yes, I am Kalyani. My undergrad is in computer science from Andhra University, and I'm a core information technology person. Yeah, computer science engineering, and I started working in AS400 many years ago. I have been working on AS400, and then I did it in Oracle, pure programming, and then I moved on to SAP 20 years ago. Yeah, in the third three. Okay. And then I worked in all the modules of FICO, and I also step into when the when the other teams can do. I also step into SD and PP and MM. Yeah, and then also do some config as needed. I have been, it's in R3 and then into ECC 6.0, and I want to move on to S4HANA. So that's the reason. Actually, it's not too much different than ECC 6.0. Is that correct? Because so that's why I want to know. I thought it's, instead of me studying, going through the material and studying, I thought it's quicker to learn, to move on to S4HANA. Currently, also I'm working in ECC 6.0. Okay, and I do finance. I mean, on the finance side, I do APR, assets, GL. I did configuration for many. I mean, I have been working for 20 years, 20 plus years, and I do implementations and also the maintenance and support. I did FSCM. Also, I actually, for the many clients, I was the one who implemented the credit management, which they never had. And also I did dispute management as well, and also asset accounting for many years. And I also do controlling, product costing, and then also COPA. So that's where my background is. And so I want to know, actually, is that very different, Pawan, from I'm located in US. I have been living here for past 25 years, actually. Almost 28 years in US. So I was wondering, is it too much different from ECC 6.0, the S4HANA is? I mean, I know it works on the HANA database, not previously. Currently, the ECC 6.0, we are on Oracle database,
Right.
And so I just want to know your perspective about how different is it. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good to know. So that you had a FSO experience. Yeah, there are a lot of changes happened. SAP has brought up a lot of changes in almost all modules. Major thing is from our training perspective, around 60 to 70% will be covering the same ECC6, and then we will cover the Delta as well. So Delta, we had so many changes in general ledger accounting and accounts receivables and accounts payables, bank accounting, asset accounting, in every module. So you name it, every module. So SAP has brought up so many changes. But since you already have a lot of experience, I think you can easily grasp the things in S4HANA as well. Okay? So, but most of the topics you feel repeated, so which you already know, you have more experience actually. So which you may get bored actually. So you need to wait until we come to those topics, because this so many other people also joined with different backgrounds. So some people have SAP background, and some people won't have SAP background, like Harini. Right? And others may have SAP background, but with end user experience or some other modules, who wants to enhance their skill in FSEO module, who already have experience or knowledge in other modules. But if they want to enhance their knowledge in FSEO, or they want to convert their career into techno-functional, who's already a technical consultant, want to convert to functional consultant, so then it would be suitable for them.
Okay. Yeah, for actually for past few years I have been implementing. I mean, my focus is mostly on CO also. So it will be a refresher for me. Like 3-4 years ago only. I mean, my APR was 3 or 4 years ago, but assets I do. Assets I have done a project last year too, but currently working on CO. But that's that's okay. I have no problem with it. And how many years of experience in S4HANA do you have, Pawan, implementation and work experience? That's what I meant.
I have 4+ years of experience in S4HANA. I have done 3 implementations.
S4HANA, it is in finance, right? You have that finance module.
Yeah, finance. Okay, thanks, Kalyani. So then, Rahul, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. Yeah, sure, Pawan. I'm Rahul. I have also close to 20 years of experience. I'm a chartered accountant and I have primarily worked in the industry for 15 years in various financial accounting and controlling roles and FP&A and budgeting roles, both in India and abroad. Currently, for the last 5 years, I've been part of the consulting domain, initially in the management consulting and more lately in the management plus SAP consulting. But my area has been in PAPM, the profitability and performance management. That has largely been my specialization. So now I want to explore the S4HANA finance and controlling areas. I have little knowledge in this area, but not much, not from the consulting perspective at all.
Okay, good. So you mentioned you had SAP experience that was in the management side, in the consulting side.
In the consulting side, in the profitability and performance management module,
Oh, okay.
PAPM.
Okay. Good. Thanks, Rahul. Okay, so let's go ahead. So before learning about SAP, so we'll first understand what is ERP. SAP is an ERP software. Okay. So before understanding SAP, so let's learn about ERP. So ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, and it is a software that companies use to manage their day-to-day business activities. So in any company, you will see several functions or several areas, right? So if we take a company which manufactures the soaps, okay, so how they get the money? So by selling their products, right? So to sell the products, first they need to manufacture the products. Okay? And to manufacture the products, first they need to procure the material. Right? So like this, we have several departments to procure the material. We have the procurement department, which is also called materials management module in SAP. And then after procuring, so the materials will be used in the manufacturing process, which is called a manufacturing department. Here in SAP, we call it as a production planning. Okay. And then after manufacturing the products, we need to put them into a warehouse. So that is called inventory management. And then we have to sell them in the market, so which is taken care by the sales team, sales and marketing team. Okay. And we will have several humans working in all these departments to manage all these human resources. We need the human resource management, okay, which is called HR module. So like this are so many to manage all these resources. The main thing is finance. Okay, so we need to we should have that accountability of each and every transaction which has the monetary value. So to record all those transactions, we should have the finance. So there will be thousands and lakhs of transactions happening in every day. Okay, so we need to record those transactions and we need a sophisticated system. ERP is the system, especially for the large scale companies. They need to have a sophisticated system which can bear the load of these thousands of transactions, right? So to enter or to manage all those day-to-day transactions, we need a software. That software is called ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay. So the main how this ERP system helps the organization is to plan and budget and predict and report the organization's financial results. Okay. And the objective of the ERP application is to automate as many processes as possible in the company. Okay, so it is not possible to manually enter each and every transaction. So some of the transactions the system needs to determine. So for example, if a sales department wants to sell the products, okay, so they get an order from the customer. They have to check in the system how much inventory is available. So then only they can take the orders, right? So they should the system should be able to update that inventory. So how they will get that statistics of the inventory? So from the inventory management, right? So if as soon as the manufacturing is completed, that inventory should be updated in the system. Okay, so whatever the materials that are consumed, the system should reduce that count from the materials of the raw materials count, and then after manufacturing, the count should increase on the financial products. Okay, so all these results should be updated in the system and should be available as and when required. Okay. So, and we need to have an integrated software. So if there is no connection between all these modules, then will be lost. Okay, so you are manufacturing 100 products, and if that 100 products is not updated on the sales side, so they will not be able to take the orders, right? So the ERP application should allow to integrate the processes and various different modules in the single suite system. Okay? So in real life, the enterprise uses many applications as we discussed, right? So all core applications of the processes are managed in the ERP application. There are several softwares available in the market as I have outlined here. So the top one is SAP ECC, or the latest version is S4HANA. And then from SAP family, we have a business one and business by design. These are mainly used by the small scale and medium scale industries. SAP ECC and S4HANA are used by the large scale industries. And apart from SAP, we have Oracle, Microsoft, Infor, Epicor, BAN, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, and Tally. So like this, so many ERP products are available in the market, but SAP is the leading software. Okay, so, and it is also holding the major market share among all these ERP products. So the main success of ERP is its integration with all other these modules, and also the latest digital core technologies SAP has implemented in the latest versions. So now coming to SAP, now we understand what the functionalities of ERP. So SAP is an ERP software, the leading software in the market, and it is a German-based company. Okay? And the SAP name stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. SAP provides a wide range of software solutions that cater to various industries such as finance, manufacturing, logistics, human resources, and many more others. So the thing that we are talking is S4HANA Business Suite. So Business Suite means it contains several applications like the supply chain, SRM, supply chain management, SCM, supply chain management, and CRM, customer relationship management, and several other integrated products are there, SAP Concur, Ariba. So like this SAP product family includes so many softwares. So this is the brief history of SAP. It was founded in Germany by 5 former employees in 1972. Okay. And in 1979, SAP has released its first ever ERP solution for the financial reporting. And it was on the R1 system, tier 1 system. That means in any ERP system, we will have database layer, application layer, and presentation layer. All these three are in one system. That means it is it was developed with the technologies available at that time. Okay? And then company in 1982, SAP has expanded its branch into the United States, its first office in Pennsylvania. And 1986, company has gone for the initial public offering in Frankfurt and Stuttgart stock exchanges. And in 1992, SAP introduced its first client-server architecture for its R3 system. R3 system is also called a 3-tier three-tier architecture system. That means the database layer, application layer, and presentation layer. 3 layers will be there. So which ensures the quicker processing of the transactions. In 1999, so SAP has launched its web application, that is mysap.com. In 2010, so SAP has acquired a Sybase, a database, and a mobile software company. In 2011, which is not, this picture is not showing the major development in 2011. SAP has introduced its first HANA database. Until then, SAP was depending on other databases like Oracle, DB2, or Linux. So there are several other traditional database systems. So SAP, any database can be used on the SAP software. In 2011, its first HANA database was introduced on the BW systems. Okay. In 2020, the SAP announces a restructured plan with a focus on the cloud-based offerings and streamlining its workforce. And in 2022, it has introduced the other central finance and latest technology software on all other modules were introduced in 2022. And before going to this one, I want to show one more picture on the S4HANA versions evolution. Okay, so mostly, so as you know, SAP is the largest business software company in the world. So 80% of the Fortune 1000 companies run SAP software. So this actually a bit bolder picture. There are 270,000 companies run SAP software in over 180 countries, but now it has expanded its businesses more than 190 countries, and the number of customers might have also increased. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, right? So small size companies use SAP Business One, medium-sized companies use SAP Business by Design, and large-scale companies use SAP ECC or SAP S4HANA softwares. Okay, so these are the different versions that SAP has released so far. In 1972, it has released R1. It's a Tier 1 system, and then 79. It has introduced the R2 system in 1992. Its first client-server system, which is called a three-tier architecture. And in 2000, my SAP, which is a web-based solution, was introduced. In 2004, service-oriented architecture, and also it has introduced the business suite. And the ECC 6, we also call it as ECC, I think in 2004, it was ECC 5 version was introduced, I think. In 2011, the first ever HANA database based on the in-memory computing was introduced. And then in 2012, this HANA database was used on the BW system, and which helped for the real-time analysis and real-time reporting. In 2013, SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA was introduced. And then in 2014, SAP Simple Finance was introduced. So this means all the simplifications based on the HANA software was first introduced on the finance module. Okay. And later, all in 2015, all these simplifications were extended to all other modules, like single source of truth, and simplified data model, and new user experience, and advanced processing, and different choice of deployments. Like we can deploy this SAP software either on-premise or cloud, public cloud, or private cloud. So different deployment options were provided in 2015. And since 2015, SAP releases its new version every year. So the HANA database, the advantage of HANA database is if a traditional database takes 593 GB, it has been drastically removed, okay, reduced. So with the introduction of HANA, the database size reduced to this much, and Simple Finance with uh, actual, the predicted was 42.4 GB, and the actual was 8.4 GB. So this much of database footprint reduction happened with S4HANA. So this is because of the advanced technologies being utilized. The HANA database made all these things possible. S4HANA uses the modern technologies like this columnar based data storage, and then it uses the OLTP and OLAP in same system, and it simplifies so many processes. It reduces the redundancies. Earlier, we used to have several tables with the same data, which is a redundant data, occupies more database size. Now with S4HANA, all these things are not required. Only one single source of truth, which is also called AC.K, and also called as universal journal. Okay? So one single table is enough, and the data is not required to be stored in all other redundant tables. So in finance itself, we are able to save this much data. So these simplifications, these reductions have been introduced in other modules as well. Then you can imagine how much data we have reduced with S4HANA. Okay, so right. So in SAP, we have these many modules like FICO. FI stands for financials, which is used for the external reporting, and CO stands for controlling, which is used for the internal reporting. On the technical side, we have ABAP. ABAP is the coding, programming for SAP. So if we need to develop any reports in SAP, we must use the ABAP language. And then we have the basis, which is also called administrators. This basis team is responsible for setting up these servers and managing the databases. Then we have the BI, BW, and NetWeaver system. And functional side, we have this FICO, HR, human resources, sales and distribution, PS project systems and treasury, and PP modules, PM and QM. So production planning, plan maintenance, and quality management. So these many functional, there are few other functional modules as well. So these are the modules available in SAP. So coming back to our job outlook. So there are so many opportunities in the market available. The average salary of an SAP consultant is especially the FSU or S4HANA consultant is 110,000 per year. So this is the average salary. So you can see there are some people which who has more experience. If your experience increases, and the salary will also increase. The maximum is 220. But average salary, I think this is as per the old years. I think if you check the latest years, Glassdoor publishes its statistics every year. If you check online, the salary might have increased now. So it would be around 123,000 average salary per year for the SAP FSEO consultants. And you would find so many roles with that are associated with S4HANA, like the application consultant, a support consultant. Application consultant means both application consultant and support consultants means who work on FICO module. Application consultant mainly on the implementation side, okay, or the enhancement side. And the support consultants, once the implementation is completed, so we need to have some maintenance, right? So users might get some doubts, or some new functionalities needs to be added, or they may get some break fixes. Okay? Like they are not able to post a document, or they are not able to execute a report. So like this kind of small issues occur in their day-to-day activities, right? The support consultants will resolve their issues. Then project manager, usually we'll have project manager or delivery manager. So project manager is on the client side, and delivery manager is on the implementation partner. So like if a company wants to implement SAP software and they may not have all the know-how, all the efficiency or the knowledge to implement that SAP software, right? So they will outsource that implementation project to the technology companies. They partner with the technology companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Deloitte or EY. EY and KPMGs also have IT department. So they'll outsource this thing to the companies. So in that case, there will be one project manager on the client side and the delivery manager on the delivery partner side. And SAP HANA consultant, this could be S4HANA Finance consultant or SAP S4HANA consultant. And some companies may require the CS or CPS, so they are working on the IT side. So some companies may have this requirement of chartered accountants, even MBS. Several companies are taking MBS as well. So these are the top 5 industries. Actually, SAP has its SAP software available in several industries. So let me, yeah. So these are the industry solutions. So more than 30 plus industries have the SAP software available, because each industry can have different things. Like when it comes to the manufacturing, you call it a material. Okay, so but when you go to some other industry like utilities, so the base product they are procuring or selling is not the material, there could be something else, then the terminology should be same. Though you are using the SAP software, the screens and terminology should be different for each and the business processes should be different for each industry, right? So SAP has designed its screens and different tables, different reports for each industry, suitable for each industry. Okay, so a company working in a particular industry, they have to install the software related to their industry. Okay, so like this, these many industries are there. So among them, this banking, finance, e-commerce, marketing, advertisement, and manufacturing is the main thing here. That is not there. So these are the main industries in which the S4HANA or SAP applications are keep growing. And coming to, as we discussed, the salary trend, right? So the average salary is actually 110K. So this slide is not updated. You see, continuously, there are some years where the demand was low, but in recent days also, the demand has been increasing for SAP consultants. With this introduction of S4HANA, all the companies are re-implementing or migrating to the S4HANA. So the demand has been increasing. So some clients are still waiting. So SAP has given a deadline until 2025 to upgrade their existing SAP systems to the S4HANA. So by 2025, all the companies should upgrade their older versions of SAP to S4HANA latest version. Okay. So since the introduction of S4HANA, the demand has been increasing because there is a demand for more consultants to implement this software. Right? So these we already discussed, the fields leveraging in SAP. So we have seen finance and banking, manufacturing, retail, and consumer goods. So these industries are using the SAP tools for their ERP. So let's discuss a bit about this course. So in this course objectives, actually it's has given only very high level one. So maybe I'll come to this at the end of the session. So the prerequisite is like mainly if you have accounting background, that is good. Even If you do not have accounting background, is also not a problem. So, but the accounting people will have an added advantage of they can easily understand what is debit and what is credit, accounting journals, the reports, the terminology they can understand easily, like the P&L statement and balance sheet statements. But for people with other academic background, it may be a little bit challenge. But once you start and do the practice, you will be able to cover everything. Okay, so this course actually we are covering from the scratch basics. We will be covering the SAP ECC part also. So first, to understand S4HANA, first we must understand the basics and also SAP ECC. So I'll explain all the ECC part plus the Delta part. Okay, so in every module, SAP has introduced so many changes. Okay. Like earlier, the financial accounting, only up to three currencies are supported in SAP ECC. Right? With the introduction of S4HANA, SAP supports up to 10 currencies. Okay. And new GL was already there since ECC 6, right? So here we still have the new GL, but the creation of the ledgers has been changed. So apart from the leading ledger, so we can define leading ledgers and non-leading ledgers. These are already there in the ECC 6, but now with S4HANA, we have two new more terminologies like the extension ledger and then predictive ledger. So a few other things have been added. And the real-time integration happens between FI and CO in S4HANA. So earlier we used to set up a separate ledger for CO, but in S4HANA that is not required. So any transaction that you post in controlling, so which process the company codes. Okay, so the system automatically posts the document in financial accounting as well. So earlier we have the real-time integration in SAP ECC6, but we had to do so many configuration settings. Okay. Like this, in accounts receivables, we have the business partner in asset accounting. So several changes happened, and we have the in controlling, in broadcasting and COPA. So a lot of changes happened, which are difficult to tell you now. So you first needs to have the basic understanding of the financial and controlling. Okay? Then we can go on to the S4HANA. I think Rahul, yeah, you have a question?
Yes, Pawan, basically, I was wondering if you could walk us through what in detail, like what's the course content
Yeah,
and
I'll come
what's
to
your
this one.
approach to that?
Yes, yes. Okay, so this is the total, all the modules. So first thing, introduction of S4HANA. Okay, so what are the new things and how S4HANA has the added advantage over the older versions. Okay, what are the innovations that have been introduced in S4HANA, and then in financial accounting. So overview on the financials for S4HANA, like the changes in the global settings and in the enterprise settings, and then general ledger accounting. These are the basic modules in S4HANA: accounts payable, accounts receivables, asset accounting, and bank accounting, which is not there here. So which is called SAP cash management powered by HANA. Okay. So we will discuss on that one as well. And then financial closing part. So every module will be covered. And the additional topics here. So universal understanding the central finance. Central finance is one of the modules in SAP. Here it is not to deep dive into central finance, but we will provide the overview. So what is the purpose and how it works. Okay? The high level overview on the central finance. And the migration cockpit, we will go in detail. So how it is helpful to migrate the data from older systems or non-legacy systems to the S4HANA. We'll go in deeper. And activation of Fury app. So in every module, we will discuss the every module has several apps, Fury apps. So Fury is the new user interface. Okay. So we will cover the every Fury app that is used in each module. Yeah. In cache management, so this is also we will discuss in deep level, and data migration approaches. Okay, so if there is any delta, that means from the previous version. So currently we'll be discussing on S4HANA 22 version, right? So if there are any changes from its previous version 2021 to 2022, so those delta changes also we will discuss. Right. So two more participants. Yeah, Kalyani.
Yes. Yeah, in regards to this migration cockpit, is that basically LTMC?
Yes, yes.
That you will be covering LTMC. Okay.
Yeah. Now
Previously it was
from
LSMW.
yeah, previously it was LSMW. Now it's LTMC until I think 2020 version. From 2021, LTMC has been replaced with a migration cockpit. So we have a separate Fury app for this one. So LTMC is the transaction code that we use on SAP on-premise, but with the introduction of this migration cockpit, we do not need to use LTMC. We need to do in the Fury app.
But if we want to, okay, but if we want to, we can do LTMC, use LTMC and then do the create these data transfers.
No, it
data
is same
loads.
as the migration cockpit is same as LTMC, but LTMC is a transaction code that you execute in SAP, right?
Yeah, just
just
like LSMW. Yeah, because I mean,
right,
I have
right.
not used LTMC because currently we're not an S4HANA. I mean, we are still, so far I am working only on ECC6. So it is LSMW basically. That I use to do the data loads. So it is called migration cockpit then. That's what you are saying, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you be covering this FSCM? I mean, will you be doing FSCM also?
No, I'll cover only the credit management because this is the change in S4HANA because in SAP EC6 we have AR SD based credit management, right? FD31, FD32 transaction codes for the credit management, but these are no longer available in S4HANA. The only way is the FSCM credit management.
Yeah.
We'll cover only credit management part.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have.
Yeah, thanks, Pawan. I also understood that you would be covering the controlling area a bit in terms of.
Right. So that is not covered here, but definitely. So I will cover the controlling. But in the controlling, right? So if you guys have some knowledge or experience on the SAP finance side, it would be easy for you to understand. But I will cover the overhead accounting and broadcasting. The COPA I will cover, but only the delta part. So the new things that been introduced in S4HANA, right? I will cover that part. But I will be discussing in detail on the overhead accounting and broadcasting.
Okay.
Even broadcasting also, it will be mainly on the broadcast planning. Yeah, broadcast planning. When the cost object controlling, the time will not be sufficient to cover the cost object controlling, like a broadcast by period, broadcast by order. The time will not be sufficient.
You will be doing delta also, right? In the broadcasting, if there is anything new.
Yeah. So mostly there is nothing changed. So except in 2022, UPA is being introduced, Universal Parallel Accounting, but you cannot use it, that Universal Parallel Accounting here because it is still in the pilot stage. So this is the first 22 version is the first version where SAP has introduced this Universal Parallel Accounting. To use the UPA processes, we need to have a separate system in which there should not be any data available. We should be doing everything from the scratch. Okay, that is the new thing.
But in the variant
Sorry.
settlement, there is a in the variant settlement in S4HANA, a unique feature is that you can make the different price differences to get into different categories, right? In the compared to ECC.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm sure you will be covering it in the little bit, I mean, in the Delta portion,
Yeah.
probably. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So though the controlling part is not covered here, so I will cover what are the topics I have explained.
Okay, thanks.
So just let me give you some other overview here. There are so much of changes happened. Yeah, so this S4HANA 22 is the most and the latest version of S4HANA. It is the also most comprehensive and intelligent ERP. So by the way, you know, so S4HANA is called as intelligent enterprise or the modern enterprise. So because of its advanced features, which utilizes the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this modernizing the S4HANA ERP, so it provides a foundation to connect the data and automate the key functions. And as for SAP has been constantly improving its products and services. So the main things to consider is the digital age user experience. So the user experience has been dramatically changed. Earlier, we used to see the regular boring classical SAP screens, right? But with introduction of Fury, it is more colorful, so which delights the users. And then modern driven automation. So many tasks. Usually, the users used to spend a lot of time during the month-end closing and year-end closing. So they used to spend a lot of time in completing the closing tasks. So most of the tasks have been eliminated. So which saves a lot of time and also helps the companies to publish their financial reports faster than their competitors. The next generation process, I mean this the latest IoT and modern technologies that are used in S4HANA, which uses the next generation technologies. So in 2022, the financial planning, it contains the margin analysis, which we call it as profitability analysis, controlling profitability analysis in the previous versions. And the same name has been continued until the earlier versions of S4HANA, but with I think from 2020 version, the naming has been changed to margin analysis. Here, SAP is recommending the clients to go for the accounting based profitability analysis in ECC6. It recommended to use the costing based profitability analysis. So both are available. So both costing based and account based profitability analysis are available in ECC6 as well and in S4HANA as well. But there are so many disadvantages in account-based COPA in ECC6. These are not disadvantages, but because of the limitations in the ECC6 software. Okay, so especially the reporting, it takes a lot of time. So and because it uses the COEP controlling tables, COEP tables for the report extraction. But whereas costing based COPA, it has its own separate tables. So that's why the reporting is less time consuming compared to the account based COPA, and also it has other advantages like the sales data can be moved to COPA. Like that, so it has some additional features available. So that's why SAP used to recommend ECC6. No, but S4 HANA which itself is famous for the fast data processing, right? So because of its HANA database. So since those limitations have been eliminated with S4HANA, now SAP is recommending all the clients to, the new clients are implementing SAP, so it is recommending to implement account-based COPA. If the clients already using costing-based COPA, SAP is recommending to migrate to account-based COPA. Okay. So going forward, SAP will be doing all its innovations on account-based COPA only. So clients can still go for still continue with the costing-based COPA, but account-based COPA will have more improvements. Yeah, Kalyani.
So they're not going to discontinue, right?
No, they're not going to discontinue. So it will be continued, but any new improvements or enhancements will not be added on costing-based COPA.
Okay, so they are recommending then strongly. And
Strongly
so
the
they
account.
picked up because of the performance is now has significantly improved with
Significantly improved.
S4HANA. So the reports, yeah, so it won't be an issue now to run the reports based on account-based COPA.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Okay, and then predictive accounting in costing-based COPA. So we have a few advantages, like so we can send sales order data to the COPA, where in account-based COPA it was not possible. Why we need to send sales order data? Because sales order process, once the sales order is created, then we do the goods issue and then billing, right? So usually there will be a lot of time gaps between all these processes. Okay, especially the engineering products, right? So it takes time to manufacture and deliver the goods. So there will be a lot of gaps here. So if we want to analyze the margin analysis on these sales orders which are not yet completed, then it would be difficult. Okay, so since account-based COPA doesn't have that feature, right? So SAP has added this predictive accounting, which means wherein we create a separate predictive ledger, which helps to get the sales order data into the COPA. Okay, and also the other advantage in costing-based COPA was it allows the companies to calculate to use the statistical conditions and also to calculate the sales commissions. So based on the conditions that was not available in account-based COPA. So with this predictive accounting, so those are also possible to calculate in account-based COPA, which is also called margin analysis. So in accounts receivables, so we have actually it's part of the bank accounting. So this slide is not updated. So we have the bank statement automation, and we have mainly the business partner. That is the major change in accounts receivables and accounts payable. And then the way we create the house banks and bank accounts has been changed. We have to use the Fury app for creating the bank accounts. Earlier, house bank creation or bank accounts creation is part of the configuration, right? So now it is no longer a configuration. So the end users can create the required bank accounts by themselves, so using the Fury app. Okay. So that is the major change introduced in cash management or bank accounting. And then we have the business partner.
So yeah, we used to do, usually the consultants used to do the configuration of the banks, so no longer needed after this then.
Right. Yeah. It's not part of the configuration. End users can do by themselves. Okay, and then business partner, the other major thing here, and then dunning, automatic payments. For all these things, new Fury apps have been introduced here. The process remains same, but separate apps have been created. So this is
So
the
what is the
payment.
advantage of that? What is the advantage, Pavan? I mean, I don't see the advantage of that Fiori app for dunning. Usually we do the configuration and after that we attach the form. So which one to use, and then we set up the jobs to, so the dunning will run.
There is no change from the business process perspective and the configuration perspective. It will remain same.
Okay.
The only thing is a separate app has been introduced for both. The same thing for the automatic payment program as well.
Okay, so it's as when you said app, it's basically, I mean, maybe once I see it, maybe I will get to.
Yeah, so it is same thing. The how you see the F110 screen here in SAP Easy Access.
Yeah.
The same thing. So there is separate Fiori app is created. So everything, the fields, everything will remain same there. So there is no change in the configuration and business process.
Okay. Do you know the advantage of why they did it, or it's just for the look and feel?
So for for everything. So now SAP is moving to recommending or encouraging all the business users to use the Fiori app. So in the Fiori app, you do not need to log into this SAP Easy Access screen, right? So and also cloud versions. So the companies which are using the cloud versions, so they cannot log into this Easy Access. They must use the Fiori only.
Yeah, but even for the on-prem also, they have these Fiori apps.
On-premise, both are possible. Yeah, on-premise, both Easy Access and Fiori, both are possible.
Usually, there's large companies still are on-prem, yeah, because also for the security, for security reasons,
yes.
we don't want to. It's only on-prem. So for those people, it's optional. They want to install these Fiori apps, or they can continue either, or else they can continue with Easy Access. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is just one look and feel how this Fiori app looks. So this is explains the process flow for this payment item. And central finance, which helps for the financial accounting, financial reporting. So this one advantage is the companies which are having multiple systems. Okay. Usually some companies, they may have separate platforms, separate SAP applications for their businesses or for their regions. ASPAC, one system, EMEA and US, separate systems like this. And also if a company is having several businesses, okay, and they might have, but the company is one company, but for each business, they to manage the volume, they have created separate platforms. So in that case, consolidated reporting usually takes time. So the companies use separate tools to consolidate all the figures. Okay? But this central finance, it helps the data that we post in our SAP system, it automatically interfaces to the central finance system. Similarly, it collects the data from several systems and helps to prepare the consolidated reports. And there are several other advantages like the central reporting, central payments, central in the latest version, asset management also has been introduced. Earlier, only the financial documents would be interfaced to central finance, so we will not be able to do the other things like master data creation or depreciation, and all those things were not possible. But I think with the latest versions, those additional features also added in the central finance. So this is one thing. Another advantage of central finance is so if the company is having multiple systems now, they want to migrate to S4HANA, right? So if they can go one by one. So they can start the S4HANA migration on one system, and all other system will run on the older software. And so this will also help the companies to migrate to the phase wise manner. So as the first S4HANA version was introduced in 2015, that was called 1503. 1503, the version includes actually 4 digits, right? The first 2 digits determine the year. the year when that version was introduced, and the last two digits represent the month. The 1503 version is also called Simple Finance 2.0. That means which contains only the finance related innovations. But 1511, which is the first ever S4HANA version, which has the simplified innovations across all SAP modules. Okay. And then 1511 means it was introduced 2015 November month. And then every year SAP releases one new version which contains the major innovations. Okay. And it also releases the feature pack stacks quarterly. That means if there are any break fixes or note corrections are required, so those small changes will be included in the feature pack stacks, and the major innovations will be included in the yearly releases. Okay. Until this version, usually SAP introduced these versions either in the September, October months every year. So, and then 1610, 1709, 1809, 1909, that means 2019, September, that version was introduced. Until 1909, so the naming convention was, it includes year, 2-digit year and 2-digit month. But 2020, it has changed its naming convention. So it is including only the year. So 2020 version means it might have was introduced in either September, October in 2020, and then 2021, 2022, the version which we are discussing, and the latest version was introduced in October 2023. Okay, that is the latest version. So until 2023 version, so SAP used to release a separate a new release every year. Okay. Now SAP has changed its release strategy that we will see in the next slides. So there are three distinct flavors. So cloud version and on-premise version. In the cloud version, again, we have two: public edition and private edition. That means public edition means so the same server will be used by several clients, but they will have all the security measures. The access will not be provided to other users. But private edition means so a separate server will be provided to the one single client. And then as for HANA premise, on-premise means each client will implement or will install their own database on their premises. The server will be managed by them. The every regular maintenance, everything will be managed by the client itself. In case of cloud version, public cloud version, SAP takes care of all this maintenance. Yeah, the change in the strategy, right? So not this one. Yeah, then right, this one. Okay, so from 2023, SAP has changed its release strategy and also the mainstream maintenance. So as I mentioned, until 2023 version, SAP used to release one new version every year. But from 2023, we will get the next version after 2 years. So it has changed its release strategy. Now a new version will be released every 2 years. And also earlier the maintenance, that means any issues that occur in the software, SAP will help to resolve those issues. The maintenance was 5 years. Now it has changed its maintenance to 7 years. Okay, that means for 2023, the clients who implements 2023 will have the maintenance agreement until 2030. Okay, but in between, if there are any small changes or break fixes that are required, those will be released with half-yearly feature packs. Earlier, we had the quarterly feature packs. Now, it will be half-yearly feature packs. This is the major change in the release strategy of SAP. Okay, so it provides added advantage to the customers who implemented old versions starting from 1709, 1809, and 1909. So they can upgrade their system to 2023, the latest version, free of cost. Okay. So for customers with older version like 1609 or 1511, they have to pay additional fees if they want to separate license fees if they want to upgrade to 2023 version. Yeah. These things anyhow we'll cover in our sessions.
The universal journal and stuff you will cover it, and then also the new tables, aggregated
Yes,
tables.
AC doc. Yeah, aggregate tables. So the table, I mean, the major changes in our financial accounting. What are the tables that been removed? The redundant tables removed, aggregate tables removed, those things, and also we'll cover the universal journal, how the universal journal gets updated.
And what about the business partner profiles also? Because
Yes,
currently,
yes.
if we are, it will be.
We are
And
currently we are using the customer master and vendor master. Those
yeah,
are no longer available in S4HANA. If you try to execute the transaction like FD01, FD03, or FK01, or
we'll
the
be covering
central
all that.
transactions, yeah, we'll cover everything.
And the last question. So basically they because they used to have this BPC, business planning consolidation tool. So they moved to now they replaced that with central finance.
No. That both are different. That is consolidation. We still have the BPC.
They
The
still
central
have it.
finance is, yeah, we still have it. The central finance is for the central reporting, and
Reporting. Okay.
also yeah. It has its own advantage. BPC has its own advantage. That is still there.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I have covered most of the things. And coming to this ZaranTech services, right? So it provides training from the SAP certified consultants. I think when you talk or enroll with ZaranTech, they might have explained all these things. But so you will be I'm just providing you some high level highlights of ZaranTech trainings. So ZaranTech provides the SAP access and the same access that you can use for practicing in FSU module. If you want interested in other modules, also you can practice with that software, and you will be provided where do we have this one? Yeah, 1 year access to the all the recorded sessions. Every session that we have will be recorded and that will be uploaded into the LMS, which is Learning Management System. Every student will be provided access to that LMS system, which will have the access to all these session videos and also access to the materials. And if you have any issues, the technical support will be provided 24/7.
Presentations you will be using, will they be sent? Will they be emailed also?
No. All these will be available in this LMS, Learning Management System. You will be provided the access to your email ID. So that LMS will contain access to all the presentations. So that is a lifetime access, but the recorded session you will have access only for 1 year.
But they won't be, I mean, lifetime access. I mean, for example, if that
No, you will not be
sometimes
able to download them. You will not be able to download, but you
yeah,
can.
yeah, but then what if they move that server to another location, and then if we lost that link, so I mean, can't they send these
No.
documents?
So even if they move to any other server, those things happens, right? So they already have your email ID, right? So they will provide the access to that email ID. So even though
But
they are
we won't be
moving,
able to
making
download that. We wouldn't be able to download those
that
materials.
you can check with them later. I guess there might be some option available, but you can check or someone from the RunTech team can get back to you on this point.
But the presentations you will be using, to teach when you're teaching the class, you wouldn't be sending them. They will be only published in this learning management system.
Yes. Yeah. I also use the same presentations. There will not be any change. If there is any change, that I will upload in the LMS. If I'm adding any new presentations or making some changes, right? So those things I will upload in the LMS.
So when will they send that link, that LMS link?
Yes. Once you enroll into the training, I think so today is only demo session. So everyone will be communicated with the start day of the sessions. Then you will get access to this LMS.
So Pawan, what is included in the materials here?
Sorry, what is
included in the materials? When you say materials, I understand the PPT that you're sharing, but barring that,
Yeah.
what else is there?
It will have the assignments and also these things. Yeah, include session PPTs, assignments, and labs, and any certification questions, and also the configuration documents.
Okay. So, coming back to my previous question, which I had, what's your approach on a day-to-day basis? How do we do this? I mean, is it a case study based? You do it, and then the candidates are also expected to replicate it during the day, or is it a different assignment? How do you
Yeah,
basically?
first we will go through the configuration. So initially we have to set up a lot of configuration settings. Once that is done, the general ledger accounting we have to complete until general ledger accounting. Okay, so minimal configuration is required. Okay? And then we will explain the business process whenever we discuss. I will explain the business process, and then we'll do the configuration in the system according to the business scenarios. Okay? And then I will also provide the real-time scenarios, how each scenario works. So I will also provide these assignments, which we call it as lab works here.
Is it possible for you to share a sample assignment here on the screen just to see what kind of assignments are these?
Assignments, it contains the quizzes. The quizzes or the configuration if I have explained in the system, right? So I will tell you to practice those things. So here this assignment. See, this is the questions. Usually you will get this similar type of questions in your certifications as well.
Okay.
This is the questions. And then like this, write a note on S4HANA diverse functional complements. The topic that we discussed covered in each session. So we'll have some multiple choice questions and also these questions. And this is the study material.
Course.
So like this we have.
No, so I was more concerned, or not concerned, but my question was more from the practice perspective, hands-on practice perspective. So
Okay.
will you have assignments from that perspective also, which we would discuss in the next class?
Yes. Yeah. So, but do not expect it on the day one. So at least we need to complete 1 week. And also I recommend ZaranTech to provide the system access after 1 week, because the system access will have a time limit, I think 2 months or 3 months. So if we provide the access on day one, you will not have anything to practice initial 1 week. Okay, so then your access will expire very soon. So that's why the access will be provided after 1 week, and then I will start assigning these tasks. So by that time we will cover sufficient topics. You would be able to practice on your own.
So, yeah, that's a good point actually. So what's the training calendar like? When does it start, when it ends, and how much of the
That I
overall?
think this team will share, but as per the training, so it will be 60 hours training. But believe me, it takes more than 60 hours. In the previous trainings, I took more than 70 or 75 hours. Okay,
Mhm.
so minimum 60 hours.
So which
And
is
timings, usually it will be the same timing at 7:30 p.m. CST, 2 hours every day. But the start time, the ZaranTech team will they will communicate to you on the start time of the sessions. End time, it depends. If we are able to cover the topics quickly, then it would minimum 2 months it will take. Sometimes it may take more than 2 months. But
so on a 2 hour basis, you were talking about 30 working days, right?
right, 30 working days. It's a 5-day week, I think.
Yeah, 30 to 35 working days. Okay. And
5
the
day or
and
4
this
day, I
is
guess. I think that I'm not sure. I need to check with
4 day
ZaranTech.
also works. For
Yeah.
me, at least 4 day works.
Monday through Thursday, they said, I think.
Yeah, Monday to
Okay.
Thursday. Yes, yes.
Okay, that's also fine. And for how long do we have the system access for practice?
3 months, I guess. That again, you can check with ZaranTech. And if you want, they will provide the contact number of that vendor who provides the access. So you can talk with them and get the extended access.
Okay, okay. And Pawan, it is always a possibility that you are not keeping up with the daily course. So for course ends and you have not really finished the last, let's say, 1 week or so. So would you be available after that for taking up any questions or
Yes,
any?
yes, definitely. If you have any questions, I'm available.
Okay.
You expect, Pawan, by January and by January 30th, for example, will be done?
If we start next week, yeah, we would be able to complete by end of January. If we start in the second week of December, then it might take 1 more week extra.
Hi. So I have a question here.
Yeah.
I'm not, new to, I'm new to SAP. So, will you be teaching from the beginning? Because I don't have
Yes, yes.
experience with ECC also.
Yes, yes.
So,
As I have mentioned initially, in this course, the several people with different backgrounds, different academic backgrounds, and different experiences join the course. So we will
right.
cover from the scratch, from basics to advanced. We will cover everything.
Okay, done. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. So any other questions?
So Pawan, you are available to start the course from, say, let's say Monday or Tuesday next week?
Yes, I'm available. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, then if there are no other questions, then let's close the session. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night or have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, and you too. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.